It's my birthday, and today we're going to watch Neece Lolwolf's apparent final video of the week. Sorry, I've just become aware that. Hold on a second. Okay, never mind that mic auxiliary thing going bright red. Apparently means nothing. So, here we are. This one is a doozy. So, I'm going to actually bother to respond to it because there's some shit I really want to address. Let's go.
This is my final video addressing a few people.
How much you want to bet there'll be another one at some point?
I will not be giving attention to Professor Curious, Megby Rigby, Gage Loudmouth, or Randolph Vance now that he's hanging around again.
I've not heard hide nor hair in Randolph Vance in over a year, except for the fact that he uploaded a random cat video to his YouTube channel about 6 months ago. I don't know what the fuck you're on about, lady.
I have offline issues that need attending to and health issues that need attending to.
How much you want to bet that these are all just things that she could do in an afternoon and she's just using them as a pathetic excuse. But go on.
But not only that.
Yeah, get your excuses in quick, come on.
I am now legally obligated to hand over evidence of you people and your stalking.
No, you're not legally obligated to hand over evidence of stalking if you don't care about it. For example, I've not handed over evidence of your freakish stalking behaviour, so you know.
Do you remember when my friend said they were going to get a lawyer?
Oh yeah, that was really funny. We were laughing about it. What's your point about that?
Did you think they were joking?
I'd hope they were joking, because if they were serious, that would have made it even funnier.
The archive, your channels, your community tabs, the fake accounts, both those Anna ones, have now all been downloaded and screenshot and sent to a lawyer.
Good, I'm sure he'll have a very, very good laugh reading that shit. I'm pretty sure that he'll even see as well that you're going to try and get him to piece together a point of bullshit that you're like, oh yeah, here's proof that these people are this and have done this, and he's going to look at it like, what the fuck is this?
You're legally out of my hands.
So does that mean you're going to shut the fuck up? No, probably not.
I'm not allowed to say what the lawyer is doing.
I can tell you what the lawyer's doing. He's sat in his strip mall in California, looking over his shoulder, shouting, "Hey Huel, look at this stupid fucking shit this idiot sent me." And then Huel will come in and he'll have a laugh, and then him and Saul Goodman will go out and have a drink whilst laughing their ass off at this fucking lolsuit you sent him.
All I can say is that whatever you people do from here on in will be sent to that lawyer.
Good, send him this video. It'll brighten up his day.
As evidence that when you people are told to stop stalking, you refuse.
Yeah, but you see, you've got to provide actual evidence that anything happened the way you said it's happened. And it's not. So I think, yeah, this even the biggest ambulance chaser on the planet is not going to be able to put a case together out of this.
You are now legally out of my hands.
Ooh, are you seriously pulling this stupid lolsuit threat where you're like, "Oh yeah, I've got a lawyer involved now. He's gonna subpoena Megby Rigby and Professor Curious." You do realize that you don't even know our fucking legal names, you idiot. So how the fuck is that gonna work? Do you think that the court is just gonna put out a message saying, could you two please turn up at your own convenience and get sued? Thank you. No, you're an idiot. If you even if you did as well, you know how fucking hard it would be, given that I'm a citizen of the United Kingdom, to get me in a fucking court in America. It'd be a fucking pain in the ass. And then all you'd achieve by getting me there, if you managed it, is be embarrassed in front of a room full of people. And as I pull out all of the evidence that destroys everything you've ever said about any of us, because you're a fucking idiot.
You're no longer my problem.
I was never your problem, idiot.
You're a lawyer's problem.
Oh no, the poor lawyer. Yo, can I have this lawyer's number? I want to call them up and see what they think of this bullshit. Assuming they even exist.
And that lawyer is about to become all of your problem.
Yeah, sure, he's gonna fly over and look for me and then fucking turn up on my doorstep and be like, "Hey there, I'm a lawyer apparently. We got a case or some shit." And we're just gonna take one look at it and we're just gonna laugh our asses off, and then he's gonna go back home and cry himself to sleep. I'm sorry, but you know how hard it is for even multi-million-dollar companies to subpoena people from other countries? It's really difficult, especially for like, especially in things like this where there's absolutely nothing to work off of. And if you want to say, "Oh, I'll just target Megby and Gage," well, good luck with that, because I think they'd destroy you as well. Because your fucking case is full of bullshit. And the second that they see you've lied, which you have done several times, you are going to be fucking penalized for it, for wasting their time. The court is not the internet. It's really not. They don't just believe everything they see. And they also don't take, well, Professor Mercurius exists and his stupid existence coexists with Anna Leigh Thummer, and therefore that sock count must be his. No, that's not good enough for a court. You have to prove tangible evidence that those accounts are linked. Actual fucking evidence. Something you are incapable of providing.
When you're told to stop, you should stop.
Didn't you say that you actually have, and I have fucking posts of this, like screenshotted. You said you were going to send me a message every day until I answered a question at one point. So the harassment is on your end, not on mine. They will find everything I've ever done is in response to something that you've done, which does not constitute harassment. You fucking idiot. What does constitute harassment is when you fucking tagged me, so I had to see it until I blocked you every day for about, what was it, like a week, 2 weeks? And they'll also see all the fucking tagged posts you've done on Adrastia for weeks and weeks and weeks. You can't go a day without tagging her and stuff. So if anyone's gonna look like a fucking stalker, it's you. I've written 3 community tab posts in my entire existence on YouTube, and none of them were about you. Because I said it wasn't going to be a place for cross drama. It was a place for channel announcements and posts about my channel. You, on the other hand, do not give a shit about any audience you get, so you will just spam the fuck out of it.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I also screenshot the notifications I got from Instagram today of you people trying to hack it.
Who the fuck would try and hack your Instagram? You know, about a year ago, all my accounts had failed login attempts. Very persistent failed login attempts. Constantly trying to hack into everything I had. My emails and everything else. There were a lot of people at the time who I could have blamed, but there was no evidence that that happened. Like, there's no evidence that, like, say, I don't know, it was Andy or Ronnie or somebody like that. Not that I believe they had the intelligence to even be able to do it. They had no idea who I was, so they couldn't have done it. But the point is, I could have easily done the same thing as you and said, it's that fucking Ronnie Vane, he did this. But without a single shred of proof, I would have looked as big as tit as you do now. You do understand that regardless of what drama you're in on the internet, you can have failed login attempts on your accounts. I get them all the time, off various places. It doesn't mean that somebody has a vendetta against you. It just means that there's some random chancer who tried to log into your account. This is what I mean. You cannot prove that this was anybody. It's most likely just some Argentinian dude who's just trying to get in your account to sell it off to somebody else or some shit like that. Hell, Koreans hack my old Twitter account to sell cheese. It happens. And it happens irregardless of who you are or what's going on in your personal life.
Like I said, your
Boring.
channels, your community tabs, all of it.
Oh no. I really do hope that the lawyer doesn't see the videos that I made carefully explaining why you're full of shit. I really hope that the lawyer doesn't see all the instances in which I didn't do the things that you said I did. Because if you're sending evidence like you say you are and not just fucking about with it to make it look like something it's not, which let's face it, if you're smart enough, that's what you'll do because it's the closest thing you'll have to a case. I'm fucked until I pull out the fucking ring binder I've got of fucking counter evidence. You damn bitch.
The 20 odd videos Megby has made about me.
Oh no, they're gonna see that they were all in response to shit you made for no fucking reason, despite the fact that she said she was done with it all.
Downloaded and sent.
Oh, that's a fucking tragedy.
The videos Professor Curious made about me. The 2 Anna Proficient channels. Videos downloaded, community tab screenshot and sent.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure the lawyer's gonna take one look and say, what the fuck is the connection between all of these accounts? Other than, Megby and Gage and I are associated with each other, but they're not gonna find any fucking connection to Anna Lay Proficient, whatever her name is. Because like I don't even remember ever having a single like thing with Anna. Like I haven't spoken to this person as far as I'm aware, and if I did, it must have been in passing so briefly that I don't even remember it. So if you're gonna tell me, oh well, you're this channel, you're going to have to prove it with actual evidence, not just, oh, he used this word in the fourth word of the sentence, and so did Anna Lay, and therefore that proves you're him. You know that Anna Lay had a Hispanic accent, and I can't do that kind of accent even on my best day. Not that effective, like, not that well. I'd sound like a fucking caricature. Like a 50s bandit or something in a shitty western, in a black and white era western.
Because that is either Randolph Vance or Professor Curious.
I like how a few days ago, and I'll even put this video up, you said, oh, I'm gonna expose Anna Lay, and you have 15 days or whatever it fucking was to prove who you were. And now she can't prove it because she doesn't know shit. Just saying, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's really funny to me. She's like, I can prove who this is, and you have this many days to show up your own identity, or I'm going to fucking expose you. And she's hoped that we've forgotten that. No, nobody's forgotten that. You look a big tit. And then when it comes to the crunch, well, when it came to the crunch, she actually said, I'm going to make a video at the end of the week. And then now she's like, it's one of you. I know it is. I can't prove it, but I don't care enough to prove it. You're a fucking joke.
I don't care anymore.
You care so little you made a 10-minute long video.
It's in the lawyer's hands, not mine.
I'm sure the lawyer is going to have a fucking field day trying to put together a case out of a bunch of nonsense.
You people were told to stop.
Yeah, but the problem is, when you say stop, and then you proceed to perpetuate the situation, stop doesn't fucking mean anything. If I start a bar fight and punch somebody in the face, and then they throw a punch back, and I shout stop, and then punch them, so they punch me back, I can't then go, I said stop, and he wouldn't. No, that doesn't fucking work. You idiot. You seem to think that you're being clever. You seem to think that if you fucking pretend that you're wanting things to stop whilst perpetuating them, that people will only see that you asked for it to stop, not that you kept perpetuating it alongside that. You're an idiot.
Refused to stop.
Oh,
even
no.
after being told that the person you contacted with an attempt to harass them has contacted a lawyer. You people can't help yourselves.
This person who we contacted, we asked them a single question. I asked them a single question. Gage asked them a single question. And the problem is, all of the contact between myself and this person, engaging this person, happened over the span of 24 hours, nearly a month ago. Now, Gage has responded to the videos that they made publicly on their public channel about him, which does not fucking constitute harassment, you idiots. Also, if you're getting a lawyer involved with your shit, you don't then make a shitty dummy account on the internet and start fucking calling out all the people who are apparently harassing you, because that puts a hole in your case. You stupid idiot.
You can't seem to get it through your idiotic minds how much trouble you're actually in.
Oh, now some ambulance chaser lawyer's gonna take one fucking look at my bullshit and laugh his ass off, throw it in the bin, delete Jay's number off his client list. Oh no, I'm fucking terrified. Idiot.
And I want to ask Gage and Professor Curious something.
Oh, this'll be good.
I hope she was worth it.
That's not a question, that's a statement, and yes, she is. Because unlike you, she actually is contributing something to the planet.
Really do.
She is. There, I answered your not question. She's worth standing up for because she's not a piece of shit like you.
Because like I said, I can't say what the lawyer is doing.
He's having a wank. That's what he's doing. He's pretending to review Jay's case. But in actuality, he's just using the time to get paid whilst having a wank.
I can say. All of you who acted on behalf of Megby Rigby.
Nobody acted on the behalf of Megby Rigby at any point in this, and you've yet to prove a single fucking thing. This is the problem. If you take this into a court, which you're not, because this can't even make it to court, but if it did, could you even imagine how this would play out? You'd be like, these people are doing things under the orders of Megby Rigby. And then it'd say, okay, what proof do you have of this? Well, they might be doing this. They might be doing that. Might be, maybes, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's not going to play out well in court. I guarantee. If you do not have evidence for anything in court, you better not saying it because you just look like a tit later down the line.
And Megby Rigby, you're all in a lot of legal trouble.
Oh no, legal trouble. Rah. Idiot.
Because you decided to attempt to harass a citizen of the United States of America.
Do you know how many people in the United States of America are actually harassed? There's this one woman from California. I don't know if you've ever heard of her, Mary Woods Barone. She gets fucking tagged every day by some crazy bitch from Australia who you've probably never heard of. And she could not get legal representation to save her own life. She has people commenting in her stuff all the time. Hey, she gets actual death threats and rape threats from the occasional person. And she has not been able to take anybody to court. Honestly, being a United States citizen probably makes it harder to get legal discourse for harassment because their idea of freedom of speech would mean that it'd have to be real harassment. Like, honestly, as well, given how most of the judges and shit are boomers in that country, it's not much different to here, believe me. They're probably going to say, oh, it happened on the internet, so it didn't happen. Case dismissed. So pretty much anything, even if you receive death threats every day, they'll still say, oh, it's just silly internet stuff, so it doesn't matter. Case dismissed. America is not really a land of getting justice unless you've got a lot of money and a lot of time to sink in. Honestly, I think you'd be better off doing this shit in Europe. But I mean, sure, if you want to believe in the American legal system and be an idiot, go right ahead.
Someone in your own country who can prosecute you.
Jay's not in my country. And also, Jay cannot prosecute an alias.
And is prosecuting you.
I'd like to see this fucking lolsuit. If you could send it to my email address, Mr. Fake Lawyer Man, I'd really like to. Is your lawyer man Eduardo by any chance? Does he sound vaguely like Alistair Mycroft trying to pull a Hispanic accent? Because that would be fucking hilarious.
I am no longer going to give you people what you want.
What I want is for you to fuck off and never be heard from again, and to stop lying, and get a haircut, and stop saying that Mary is aging worse than you when in actual fact you look like you're melting.
I'm going to let a lawyer handle all of you.
Good, better call fucking Sol.
And I'm going to do on my main channel what I want to do.
Which is bitch and cry and whine and ree about a bunch of dumb shit until you realise that nobody actually fucking cares. So then you'll just bring us back up again for no fucking reason. The only video of substance you've made ever that I've seen is that one about the music that you listened to. The what was it? The I can't remember its name. That metal band you listened to, where you just basically had a rant and said you're not allowed to criticize this member of the band because the band wouldn't exist without them. It's the equivalent of like, hi, you see John Lennon, he might be a bit of a dick, but without him there wouldn't be any Beatles. So you can't say that he's ever done anything wrong in his entire life. You're an idiot.
Which I now have the freedom to do.
You always had the fucking freedom to do, but you instead kept perpetuating the situation. A situation that, unlike, say, James and Hatman, isn't ongoing 24 hours a day. It's not like you get tagged every minute by one of us. There's 3 people and we don't talk about you for months on end, and then you come back with this bullshit. You're an idiot.
I suggest the whole lot of you start getting some legal advice because you're all in a lot of trouble.
Hey, solicitor, take a look at what this dumb bitch is saying. Yeah, that's how that'd go. I don't need fucking legal advice to tell you that your fucking lolsuit will get shot down out of the sky. It's probably going to be a bigger mess than Romine v. Stanton. There you go, case law of a fucking lolsuit. Along with gorgeous George versus everyone who made his ass sore.
Oh.
Oh.
I want to issue a final challenge to Professor Curious.
If this is over, why are you issuing final challenges? Okay, fine. What is this final challenge?
And Megby Rigby.
Okay.
As proof that, yeah, I have been screenshotting your comments in your community tabs.
Okay.
I want you to say to Adonis Paul what you two have been mouthing off about him.
Okay. Dearest Adonis Paul, I have said fucking nothing about you at any point. Other than maybe in passing. Adonis Paul coexists with me on the internet, and that's about it. That's our relationship. I don't believe I've ever spoken to him directly, except for 1 or 2 times in a server where I've responded to something he said, and he overlooked that I said it. And Samich had to repeat it before he even noticed that it had even been said. And he also used one of my memes on his community tab. The James Robert Clark never scored what? Gravestone never scored one. Yeah, that was the one I made. There's another one that somebody else made, but I made one and he ended up with that one. So. The thing is, you keep trying to pull Adonis Paul into it, and I'm amazed he hasn't got annoyed yet. Because you're like, oh, well, I'm going to get Adonis Paul involved. And you even tried to tag him at one point to complain to Adonis Paul that I said you simp for him. Why would he care? Why would he care about any of this shit? It has nothing to do with him. I mean, at several points I have said that people in his position have, I won't say enabled, but they've accepted your behavior a bit too much, despite the fact that you've broken every single one of their tenets. But if that is something that they are comfortable with, that's fine. Adonis Paul doesn't give a shit about my opinion, and he gives even less about yours. Literally. The amount of things that I've said publicly about Adonis Paul on my channel couldn't even fill a fucking A5 sheet of paper. So, no, I'm not going to go to him and waste his time by telling him that I've said fuck all about him. I've said one or two things outside of my channel to some friends about what I think, but those are just spitballing thoughts that he has absolutely no interest in whatsoever. And quite frankly, none of it matters. But apart from that, no. I have absolutely nothing to do with Adonis Paul. And I actually think it's disgusting, regardless of what he thinks, that you keep trying to get him involved. You keep trying to pull him into this black hole of idiocy by being like, hey, Adonis Paul is saying this about you. Adonis Paul are doing this. Adonis Paul. He doesn't care. You might see him as your daddy, but he doesn't care about you. Just like your real daddy didn't. Fucking idiot. Hold on, let me refresh the recording. This entire time, you've been trying desperately to get Adonis Paul's attention on this matter, and Adonis Paul does not care. You used his show and posted a fucking super chat to try and get Megby Rigby's name on his show so people would harass her, and you wasted money trying to get that to happen, and it didn't fucking work because you're an absolute chimp.
On your community tabs and in your video comment sections. Oh, and one last person I want to... Yeah.
Okay, show me one of these comments. Show me the videos. Show me the community tabs where anything was said about Adonis Paul. Actually about Adonis Paul, not you simp for Adonis Paul. That doesn't fucking count because it's not about him. It's about your behavior towards him. And he does not give a shit because you tagged him in that personally and he didn't even fucking dignify it with a response. I will say it one last time. Adonis Paul does not give a shit about me, and he cares even less about you.
Keep forgetting.
In fact, all you do is fucking just tag him in your shitty Twitter all day going, hey, Adonis Paul, look at this god-awful music I found on the internet. It really makes me think of it. You should listen to it. Blah, blah, blah. You're just so desperate for his friendship, and he doesn't care. He has no interest in you at all because you're a disingenuous, lying little bitch that nobody fucking likes. You're a useful idiot. Some of the time.
One last person I want to have a little chat with.
Oh, no.
Lil Git.
Oh, no. This is the bit which is actually kind of gross, so come on.
Does Darkstar know that you are risking his marriage visa?
Well, no, you'd be risking a marriage visa because you're about to try and pull some stupid shit. One thing that I like, Darkstar has been doing the same things towards you that Megby and Gage and I have been doing for months. And do you know what? You don't seem to think it's a fucking problem. Not because he's doing anything different, but because you're fucking terrified of him. That's why. Because you're a little weak bitch who can't handle the idea that, oh, now I have to go up against someone who actually could fuck me up.
You do know that if authorities find out that Darkstar is threatening to assault people whilst he is on a marriage visa, he can be deported, Lil Git.
Yeah, but you do understand that that doesn't fucking work when you threaten to assault his wife in a comment section for simply saying nothing. And then you basically threaten to go over to her house and assault her. If you threaten to go over to somebody's house and assault them, and then that person's husband steps in and says, if you fucking try that, I will punch you in the fucking face and put you on your ass, you James Lynch on HRT looking motherfucker. That is not a legal issue because it's a dispute between two retards. Not calling Git or Darkstar a retard, but on paper, that's what that's actually the legal term, a dispute between two retards. I know my lawyer stuff. The thing is, it's like, it doesn't fucking work. This stupid idiot narrative. I know, Darkstar said he's going to punch me. Well, I don't think he actually did in public. I think I said that he would fucking kick the shit out of you if you tried to attack his wife. I think he responded with a comment, but I don't think it said that. And if it did, he has every right to say that because you threatened to assault his wife and you said you'd cop a charge for the assault of his wife for posting a single fucking YouTube comment. So you can't pull this gay shit. You can't go, well, I'm gonna fucking show the authorities. I will show the authorities what provoked that response, and they will take one look at it and go, oh no, she's the fucking psycho threatening people. You're a fucking idiot. You can't even be a manipulative little cunt because you fuck yourself before you even start. You're the kind of dumb bitch who literally announced in front of a room full of people, I'm going to murder you and I'm going to frame that guy over there for it. And then the next morning, you fucking murdered the guy and framed the guy who did it, who you want to frame over there in the corner. And then they'll arrest you and you'll be like, what? Why? I didn't do it. It was that guy, because you're a fucking idiot.
I'm going to make a safe assumption about you, Lil Git.
By safe assumption, you mean you're just going to pull some bollocks out of your ass and then just fucking throw it and then run away and cry like a little bitch?
Darkstar isn't the first man you've trapped.
What do you mean trapped? They're happily married, you fucking idiot. I'm going to make an assumption about you. You've never trapped a man. You've never trapped anybody. All you've managed to do is trick Jay into thinking that you are worthy of internet sex. And that's about it. That's your entire love life summed up in a nutshell.
Izzy, I bet you are a single parent living in housing commission.
What kind of fucking bet is that? What's that based off of? She works for a living, you moron. Not that you'd understand that, because you don't work for a living, because I had to stand up for a few hours a day and I got a bad back. Can't do a call centre job in my living room like so many people do nowadays, because I'm a fuck up failure and my voice is so grating nobody'd hire me.
And Darkstar isn't the first man you have gotten pregnant with and trapped.
What basis do you have to say this, you disgusting Jabba the Hutt looking fuck? What basis do you have? Now you're attacking somebody else for no fucking reason. You're an absolute dipshit. You know what, right? I hate to say it, but at least she fucking could live that lifestyle. You fucking couldn't. Honestly, you'd probably pull more if you shaved your head, glued on a goatee and pretended to be a man and tried to trap some woman in a bar.
I grew up with women like you.
I'll let finish.
A majority of my friends were pregnant by the time they were 15.
But you weren't, because you were too ugly and you weren't remotely fuckable. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. Please, woman. How dare you be the thing I just made up about you? I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to bet that you went around trying to get pregnant at that age, but you fucking couldn't because nobody wanted to fuck you. You even went to a homeless shelter for blind people. And this is a safe bet. This is a safe assumption. You went to a homeless center full of blind people to try and trap off with one of them. But they smelled you, so you had to leave.
But I'm wondering if he knows that you are risking his marriage visa.
I wonder if you know that you're so ugly that weather satellites will only take pictures of your town when it's cloudy. What the fuck are you on about, you dumb bitch? You're not even talking about a fucking thing that can happen. When you threaten somebody's wife and they tell you to get fucked, that is not threatening your life, you stupid bitch.
by telling people that you are going to get him to assault them.
Wah. I actually am annoyed about it because, like, what did these people fucking do to you that you're starting this stupid bullshit? You're threatening to destroy their whole future, and I know you don't have the power to do it for a plethora of reasons because you don't even know these people's fucking names, you idiot. But even if you did, even if you had their full docs, a police officer would take one look at this shit and go, no, you started this dumb shit by threatening them. You said you'd even go to prison for the chance to assault Git in her own home. You can't fucking then turn that around and say that the response to that is the crime. No, fuck off. You're an idiot.
Or maybe someone should tell him.
Why don't you tell him yourself? Oh, wait, you don't want to because you're a fucking pussy whip bitch who's too scared of him.
I'm done with you people.
How much you want to bet that when Darkstar fucking turns around and tells you you're a dumb bitch, you'll then be like, he just doesn't like me because I'm an Australian and he's an American? Because that's what you usually do with people who you want to sniff their clout, but they don't like you. So instead of just accepting that you're a piece of shit human being, like with Harley and like with Adonis Paul at one point and a bunch of other people, you're just like, oh yeah, these fucking people, they just don't like me because of my nationality and their nationality being different, despite the fact that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Especially with Australians and Brits. I mean, we're basically the same fucking thing.
Go get lives offline.
I have a life offline. I have a job. And I have a thing going on a day where my family and I are going to go out to a nice Indian restaurant which simulates the train rides from way back in the day. And we're going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to give you another fucking thought. Except when I bring this to the attention of some friends of mine. We'll have a laugh about it. And that'll be that.
Go sort your families out. All right, they despise you.
I saw my parents yesterday and we had a nice time. Megby Rigby lives with her family, as does Gage. What are you on about? You fucking imbecile. You're the one with family issues from what I hear, but that's another story.
As much as I do.
No, because oddly enough, their relationship with me isn't based on a load of dumb shit that they just made up on the spot to try and make me the villain of a story. Idiot.
I don't care what you do.
If you care so little what we do, why the fuck are you calling a lawyer on us?
You're not my responsibility anymore.
I was never your responsibility, bitch. If I was your responsibility, I'd be seeking a fucking person of the law to help me get away from that situation, because nobody should be your responsibility, because you are not even responsible for yourself.
You're a lawyer's problem, not mine.
Yeah, I'm sure this ambulance chaser lawyer is probably going to be fucking swamped in paperwork trying to build up the case of the century. Do you think you're the first retard to threaten me with a lawsuit? You're not. Andrew Velasco tried this shit. I laughed my ass off at him as well. I laughed my ass off at several people who've tried this dumb shit. It doesn't fucking work, because I'm calling a lawyer is just the most lolsy thing you can do in response to adversity. All I can say is, lolcow ranchers, why is it that Adrastea and Neece are the same fucking person, but you only go after Adrastea? Neece has done everything that Adrastea has done, including a lolsuit, and you still will not fucking make fun of her. It doesn't make sense. She's a pathetic benefit sponge, like Adrastea, who sits and screams and cries all day on the internet, like Adrastea. She lies all the time, like Adrastea. She has absolutely nothing but silliness behind her as a fucking legacy, like Adrastea. Her Kiwi farm thread's longer than Adrastea's, as far as I'm aware, anyway. And in all honesty, the only reason why she wasn't involved in a murder or anything like that isn't due to a lack of moral scruples, but due to the fact that she's got so little of a life, she wouldn't have gotten involved in one anyway. Because in order for her to have met someone like Kenneth McBride, she'd actually have to leave the house, which I don't think she's capable of doing. Because she's a fucking loser. Honestly, anyone who has to use I've got offline things going on in my life as an excuse not to have an argument on the internet is more or less announcing to the world that they have no life. Because when I have offline shit to do, I don't fucking announce it to the fucking world. Unless it's like, like I'm saying, oh, I had this idea for a project, I was going to do it around this time of year, but offline stuff got in the way or something. But I don't go, I can't argue with you because I've got an offline life to attend to. Because that's just cope. That's pure unadulterated cope. It's cope of a purity, which if it was cocaine, it would kill you flat out. You're an idiot.
Bye.
Bye. So that's Neece Lolwolf's final video for this week. I mean, this ending on a lolsuit is the funniest shit. And it's probably the case that it was always going to end up this way. I repeat the thing. Why is it that lolcow ranchers don't make fun of this bitch more often? I mean, some do, like Royal and Randolph Vance, and God bless them for actually fucking sticking to the principles and making fun of these people. But you got several people who do not ever look at this person in the same light that they should. Because they're all like, she's based. Oh, she's this. She's that. No, she's not. She's a fucking joke. She's everything you despise. She's a false flagger. She simps for child molesters. She has absolutely no fucking idea what she's doing a lot of the time and just does stuff anyway. And now she's threatening to file a lawsuit that's never going to happen. How is this not the same thing as Adrastea? I will never know, and I will never care. I was going to post a joke comment to Adonis Paul in his video, but I don't want to annoy him even with that. I don't even want to annoy him with a joke. Because there's no point. Like, I was going to say, hey, I'm here to report that I've said absolutely fuck all about you. But you know what? No, I'm not bothering. That was Neece Lolwolf. I don't know how much longer she's going to fucking perpetuate this idiotic situation and then claim to be the victim. I don't know how many months I'm going to have to wait until she decides again, oh, I have shit to say about you. Do you know how much I've said since my last video to or even about Neece? Somewhere between fuck and all. I have been silent about everything. I have not said or done anything. And if I have to tell you that I have not been making other accounts just to fuck with Neece, honestly, I don't even know what to tell you because you clearly need help if you believe that. Because in all honesty, I've got shit to do. I had a nice Christmas period that was actually involved family and friends and shit. And I didn't even think about any of this shit. And then I wake up to this lovely birthday present with Neece fucking throwing a fit over nothing and saying she's going to file a lawsuit. I mean, sure, okay. Well, here you go, Neece. Here's what I'll do for you. I will. Oh, hold on. Oh, she's blocked. How is she able to tag me if she's blocked? If I've blocked her? That's odd. I was going to say I'll block you so you can't contact me anymore to remove temptation, but apparently not. Apparently she can still fucking tag me in videos. Well, that's the end of that. I hope this is fun at least. I mean, this is the most fun I've had for a while because, admittedly, it's not made me as angry as the other ones did. Because, I mean, none of it's made me properly angry, but they are starting to stray into disgusting territory. But even if it did at one point, it's still funny to me because her bullshit threats are meaningless when the actual fucking events are brought into light. So, hopefully, I'll never have to address this again, but let's face it, I probably will. And I'm hoping for a year where I don't have any more of this bullshit. Toodles.